Today we're going to be playing some Golden Nekker Harmony. Now this is a deck we've been wanting to make for a long time, ever since Water of Brokilon went to 9 provisions, and I think we finally got one that'll be pretty fun to do here. So, basic idea is, like Harmony, we do a lot of engines. We have a lot of Harmony engines in the deck, and we use the Golden Nekker either for a short round big tempo, or we use it to set up several different engines in the same turn, and that is the idea. It also triggers Harmony several times in the same turn. So, as far as the deck itself, we're going to base it around this. We are playing a bunch of Harmony cards, and we have a lot of consistency fitting cards. We aren't playing stuff like Roach Knickers because that blocks the Beast tag for our Harmony cards. And we're also not playing Siri because that blocks the Witcher tag. I'm not too concerned about the Witcher tag. I think it's fine if it gets blocked, but I'd rather just have more units that trigger Harmony because they're in Scoia'tael. And since she does have resilience, it means the only Witcher we really have, this we'll mention here, is from Scoia'tael. But we do want to be triggering that Harmony as much as possible, so we're not going to have the Siri either. So, only Golden Nekker in this one. As far as the actual deck, as far as the consistency, we have Royal Decree, Call of Forest, and Izer's Council triple specials to find our stuff. I think these are extra good here because we're basically going to just find the units that we don't have Harmony and play them and trigger their unit categories, stuff like that. And it also gives us consistency off of Golden Nekker because always find us a Other than Water Brokilon, always find us a tutor card so we can trigger stuff more often. But that's the general idea of the deck. We've got Water for long rounds. We have Fegus for Defender. Really, there's a lot of extra provisions in the deck, so you can play a lot of higher provision stuff we normally wouldn't be able to afford. So we have Fegus, we have the Popko, we have Barnabas we're going to try out in here. We don't have that many dwarves in particular. We've got 3 dwarves. We have just the 1 or 2 elves. Yeah, I think it's just the 1 elf, actually. No, 2. We got 2. We put CR in. So we only the 2 elves. So it's going to be kind of hard to get his full value. But if he just hits 2 units, it's 11. It's not great, but we want to hit 3. But if we hit 2, it'll probably trigger Harmony a few times, bump up his value. We got the Dust aspect for our finisher. We got Willow and the 2 Rangers for poisons. Then we have Fauve. Fauve here, what I was debating for Melina. Fauve can only really find Call the Forest, Water of Brokilon, and Council, but it does thin our deck by other card, which I think might be important since we don't have that much otherwise. We have a few unit tutors, so I think this would be pretty helpful. I debated swapping this out for the Melina and then bumping up something, but I had a lot of high version cards in here already, so I thought we'd just go with the Fauve for now. We have CRN for the lock, and also because he's an elf to help us trigger Barnabas. We got Treant Boar. It's a good engine card. It triggers the Treants. You know how it is. Etriel, Morelga, because they're really fun, and they are different unit tags. And then we have Percival, and then the bronze engines here. We've got Antherian, Ranger, Chameleon, and the Skirmishers for our dwarves. Overall, pretty decent lineup. I think should be pretty fun. I do think that the Golden Nekker actually is pretty strong here because we can trigger Harmony quite a few times, especially if you get into a round being like leader, and then play Golden Nekker. You're gonna get a lot of points off of it, especially if you like Water leader Golden Nekker. You should win pretty convincingly there. The only thing we are lacking in like a lot of Golden Nekker decks is removal for like big artifacts, and we don't have a Tall Punish, so that is something to worry about. But I couldn't really figure out one to put in other than the Ranger Poisons and the Willow, which I guess is kind of a Tall Punish, but at the end of the day, that's about all we could fit here. So we're gonna go in with this, see if we win some games. Should be pretty fun. Citizen 61, playing some Onslaught, probably Pirates. Although I say that, I did see a couple other random decks playing Onslaught. Alright, so as far as our hand here, we have a lot of good stuff going on. A lot of good stuff here. Engines looking good. We're going to need this and this for later, because he's going to have a lot of control. We want to keep CR in to deal with Longship. I think we put back the Ranger. I don't think Poisons will be too high value against him. I'd rather find like her pairing. That's not bad either. It's a very gold heavy hand though. Don't have a Dryad for her, like I said. Actually have Fauve now. Let's keep this. He's going first, so the good thing about CRN is if he does play the Longship, the movement still shuts it down, which is quite nice. That's the upside of CRN. Hopefully he doesn't have the second one, which he will. And there it is. And go for a Percival here. It's a pretty big commitment with either Percival or water. If we go water, enables Treant Bow. If we go Percival, it plays into, it'll be at 5. It plays into a decent chance he kills it with Corsair and leader charge, or I could double leader it. Water's safer. It's a bigger commitment. Let's go with the Percival.
I'd give my right hand for marinated herring.
I don't think he'll want to take the risk on the Corsair to kill it. I guess he has a boardage. He's gonna take a leader charge here. Alright, so if we want to win this round, we've got to go water. So we'll do that now. Go water into Boar. Still heal itself, which is good. I was hoping there's no second to boardage. He's just going to win this round straight up with a second leader charge. Oh, didn't do it though. Some pretty good RNG on it though. We can either Antharian or Chameleon. I think we need the additional Antharian engine points here. Okay, Antharian. We have Antharian, we got Chameleon, we've got okay, he's gonna leader charge us again? No. We won't fuse this, because I want this to be a little bit bigger. Let's get our Chameleon going. He seems pretty reluctant to use that second leader charge. Alright, we lied. He's gonna go for the Chameleon kill. This is Xavier. I think we have to do this one. We should have checked for this being relic first, as always. What are you? You are a dragon, so we'll do this here. I want to get that out of the row with the Cataclysm just in case he does kill it. So he's going to take the leader as enough here. Card we'd most likely play here is going to be just the Etriel. Are you an elf? You are. Get that heal. Breaks up Etriel and Morelga, but these are better.
I've been on your trail since your first step in these woods.
I think it's worth securing the round with this deck. Problem is we lost our best long round card in the water, and we also lost our Percival. One thing we can do here, potentially, is try to bleed out his armor buffed cards. That's one thing you can do against this deck. Is Izer's Council our only special? We should have Call the Forest still, right? We have Nature here. You know, this would get Call the Forest, which would be Fegus. Then Council gets us a Ranger. And this. We'll go to round 3. I think we want to get rid of some of the armored up cards here.
Think you can outweight me?
I do think we want to do that. We're going to put this melee so we can protect this in this melee order. Gonna heat wave our defender. I guess. Guess you can. This probably dies, I don't know how much other armored stuff he has. If he doesn't play units, we're feeling pretty sad here. But if we go to a short round with like these 3 cards, we're not feeling too bad. Especially if it's on even. There's the Croc. Croc, that's not too bad. He's gonna just play bronzes and clash with us. The more of his cards with armor we get rid of, the better. Obviously he's gonna kill this. We don't click it right now, so we'll just click it. I'm playing an Iris deck. Okay.
I don't recall.
So as far as council goes, it gets us either one of these 3. That's not great, so I think we'll play it here.
The only good human is a dead human.
We can threaten the poison. We don't actually have a poison, but we can get one. Because this would grab us the Decree. It's our only special left, and get us our second poison. That's an option. Actually a really strong option. And we keep this. It's a big commitment. We'd get what? We get this, and random unit. We keep this. I think this is pretty good. Kills this, develops 2 units. I think it's worth it. We have engines now. This should do a lot of tempo swinging. It's also going to trigger a bunch of points at the same time from the harmonies.
Please, while you still stand.
Yeah, I work for the police.
Look at that point swing. We're up at 23 now. Setting up the clash. Got the Heart of Terror. I thought he was playing that, and that's one card we do not want to go up against with Dusk Aspect. Now here's a question. We drop Dusk Aspect here, or we guarantee last save? But the question is, really, is he playing a Compass deck? He's Heatwave us, and he's Heart of Terror us. It's unlikely he has another Tall Punish. But he probably has the ship that does a bunch of damage, right? Terror the Seas. Let's see if we don't do anything here. He probably gets us with Terror the Seas. It probably has enough armor and we can last play this. I think it's worth just saving that. Might regret this. I think just saving a big last save is going to be worth it. There's a Justinia.
I'll shatter my ass with your teeth.
Still needs to play his last card. Right. Alright, that worked out really well.
What do you say?
I do think it's worth keeping this for last say. I debated just throwing it down. If we throw it down, well, I think we 2-0 him, but the Terror of the Seas, if he had it, would have gotten us there. And this hand isn't great, but it's not bad. This doesn't hit anything right now, though. He's playing the Endless Voyage. I think we should have enough in hand, though, that we can just win mainly by playing this. So he's gonna die. Not quite yet, though. Each time we replay this, it's worth 2 points. Obviously, we don't want to hit that because he'll just heal. Could have hit it and then gone with this, but I think it's better to do this. Right, because we could hit this, then do the 3 damage here, but this gives us 2 points each time we play it, as long as he's not killing our stuff, because it boosts our finisher.
You wanna pass, you gotta pay. Can't lay it through elsewhere.
Can't kill it anyway. You are a Dryad. pretty big there. The 20-point Dusk aspect for the win. GG. Now Tenko. Some Jackpot. Got these two. It could be good if it's the golden Nekker deck. Not golden Nekker. That's lined pockets. The one with like Siki and Caesar and stuff, because we can punish the tall guys. Not much harmony means I think we only want one of these though. This combos well with those. I honestly think we put this back. So we just have to cycle cards for Golden Nekker. We can't afford to avoid a mulligan any turn. It's a very reactive hand here. I think we push on even. Problem with pushing on even with water is these don't trigger the harmony. We have other options. I think we push here. Worried about Salamander. I've seen a decent number of Salamander players lately. And there's a self-poison deck. Fortunately for us, we have poisons. I think we've got to lock this guy, though. What we really want to do is when he plays the Fee one, the failed experiment, we hit it with the Rangers. Oh, he got a second one. Feels bad. You don't click the order here because I want to combo with a 2 damage from a Ranger to shut this down, I mean. This is probably a Golden Nekker deck as well. So we can combo the order of the boar, the Ranger, melee. We can kill this mutant. Otherwise, it's going to get out of hand. Like, incredibly out of hand. I think this will be a Salamander or Golden Nekker deck. Alright, so it's not Golden Nekker. Either it's just Poison or it's going to be Salamander, and my guess is we're going to see the Salamander. Gotta stop the mutant. It's too much.
Your next move shall be your last.
Mutant, by the way, there, worth 22 points on a 4 provision card. That was our boar. No surprise there. So I think losing this round is just losing the game. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Salamander deck. Unfortunately, we don't have a great way to stop this from happening. Probably the best one is we get up Etriel Morelga. Probably do her to hit Galhart, and then if she lives, go to Kree. I don't like opening with Ciaran because it blocks the harmony tags, but like we had to shut down the mutant.
Hey, what's that up your sleeve?
The good thing is we have a value poison on Ranger setup because he poisoned himself. We got to be careful with that because it is our, well, not our last one. We have the Willow too. They're going to be really high value against his deck. So throwing them away is kind of, sure they're really good, but they'll be really good later too. thing is, though, we don't want to play these other cards. I think we will use this one, because we do have Willow still.
One arrow. That is all I need.
See, he's still playing? It's because it's Salamander, and he has to.
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman?
Barnabas should secure this. In this spot, some Salamander decks just like, some Salamander players just forfeit. So you know, when round 1, they give up a lot of the time. Because now our game plan's very straightforward. Round 2 push, force out Salamander, win. Yep, that's fine. He's going to have a poison here, so we do have to play our Scoia'tael. Unfortunately, it does brick our... This is the highest value. Unfortunately, it does brick our gold Nekker a little bit, but it's worth it. Just to make sure he doesn't win this. I'd rather have this as a last say than save the castle for golden Nekker that's bigger, but still everything dies to Salamander. At least that's what I'm thinking. The movement won't be too valuable for anything, I don't think, this game. Got a Figus. Normally I'd say this hand's really good. We want to find the golden Nekker still. It's such a good hand, though. Alright, we'll keep it. Willow's incredible in this matchup. We'll play this melee because we ever want to play Willow melee. It's better have it protected. We play it ranged, we don't mind as much if he kills it. Gotta force the Salamander out. The thing is, he's mainly played like a bunch of 4 provision cards. So he's up on provisions on us. Just gonna heat wave it, sure. Call the forest. Gonna grab our Pavko, I think. Proactively sets up a little bit of a damage engine. Most of our other stuff's reactive. As long as we have leader round 3, we should be good for that round. Because miscellaneous cards will trigger our Harmony. We've got some good stuff left. Obviously, our leader matches up with his leader, more or less. But he has to use his for Salamander. Unless he's not playing it, which would be so weird in this deck in particular. There's the hideout. He's going to get the one that purifies itself. Okay, he's going bold. I would not have made that choice knowing what deck we're playing. But, you know, you do you. That was a choice. Big punish there. Such a good matchup for our 3 poison cards. Here comes the Salamander, Azar. He has to play his last card. He has no fees, so if his last card isn't a coin spender, we win by playing this. Can't Salamander us because you know it's not golden Nekker. I'm pretty sure we win by all-inning here. Because if this is the Salamander to give him a double poison or something, he can't spend coins. Because we saw he didn't get coins back from King of Beggars. I'm pretty sure this is just a win. We move Sky Melee, click that. There's no way. If it was Golden Nekker, would be scared here, but we know it isn't because we saw no Neuromancy. Yep. Like, either as a way to spend his coins, or he has the poisons. But as long as you know what you're playing against, usually you can beat it with these Salamander type decks. Some decks can't. Helveto 1988 playing some Onslaught. He's going first. First Skull is an interesting one. Usually you see Crystal Skull to put on the long ships. Ciaran's good then as an opener. One poison is not the best. They don't go too tall, generally, the pirate decks. But it does enable this. So does this, though. For now, we'll put the... Okay. Now, I was going to just put one back because we had one poison. We drew the second one. It's like we're not drawing two poisons. And then he got the Willow for the third poison. So, great. We do open CR in here. Just want to shut this down. Really like the 1 point to CRN buff. I think Moren should probably get a point too. Just because, like, being worse than Deregre most times is kind of sad. Ah, he created a second one. He's just too skilled. Just too skilled. Let's think here. Rather, he went first. We could push with water. I think we do now.
The waters of Broccolin, their taste still upon my lips.
I was really hoping we could shut down his damage. Draco Turtle. Draco Turtle and Care Troll Day. Well, this is one of those times where we have to get a poison through. Probably has a Purify, though. Now we're really regretting not putting those Rangers back. Although, to be honest, we have access to both. Because Council will see exactly Rangers or only Dryad. So, like, even if the Call to Forest didn't go through. I think going for Council is probably better because it thins out the deck and it's not quite as reliable. Double checking, so only Dryad. Yeah, it should be. Okay. Let's go Fauve. Council. Always gets us Ranger. Just take this out. Then we'll either go Percival or Chameleon. I think we try and get a Chameleon stick and then go Percival after, so we can buff it with the Chameleon replay. Thought I might Care Troll Day there. We do have a Triad now, which makes Boar quite a bit worse, because it doesn't trigger Harmony. He should go for a kill on the Chameleon. Like, there's no way he doesn't do that. Should leader the Chameleon, or we know he's passing the round. He's passing the round. Alright, we know that now. If he's passing the round, debating if we want to go second Chameleon. They're going to be pretty vulnerable to damage later on. I think we do. Since he's saving his leader charges in the Care Troll Day, we know he's just going to be able to kill these later. So he has the armor boosted stuff in his hand. So I think it's better to use the Chameleons here to get points and save our actual better gold cards for later. Win this on even, which is where we want to be. Now we want to try and force out the armored cards in his hand. Having the Care Troll Day is a little annoying, but... Obviously, we want to mulligan as much as possible to find our Golden Nekker. Might just want to even play the Call to Force this round just to thin out the deck for it. I actually do think we want to do that. We can open with Boar. Or we can open with a Harmony card. What's the best Call of the Forest? Probably the pairing of Etriel Morelga. We do a pretty strong push here. Or we don't want to play this, though. He's going to Care Troll Day this. I imagine. Or he's going to Leader Charge it with, like, 2 damage. He's going to play the Endless Voyage on us. Oh, we are 100% passing. He's going down an extra card here. As long as, like, a random Nekkers doesn't come out. He should have used, like, Care Troll Day or Leader Charge there. So now we get double last say. Problem here is we do have to draw the Golden Nekker. It's only a 50-50. But with 2 cards up, we might be able to win without it. Though I'd feel much, much better. There it is. If we got it, like that. Put back the castle. Put back Decree. There's very consistent value on it. Trying to think here. Do we just slam the points down? I think we just slammed the points down. Question is the order. I think we go Leader Fegus and then go Percival Golden Nekker. I want to throw this Fegus out because it should be problematic for him. If he doesn't get through it, we'll go Pavko, Percival. I think Pav goes a little better because he's going to most likely have, I think, a Heart of Terror to punish our tall stuff. I mean, still has a Heat Wave probably too, right? Setting up the duels. Don't have a way to interrupt this. Well, the clashes, I should say. He clashes with this and this. That is annoying. I think we go Golden Nekker. It loses points on these, but he's just going to slowly chip these engines away unless we do this first. Don't get a second poison here. We'll grab her. Debated in theory in there. But I think this is better, so we can guarantee a kill.
I'm a predator.
Are you fucking kidding me? Catnip instead of crowns?
It's going for the defender kill. He's going for the clash on it. That's fine. We have other engines on board then. The only thing we can do now is just play engines every turn, basically. And Pavko's the best because it gives us reach to potentially kill something. But we do know, like, his deck's based around, I think, he's used Care Troll Day and Draco Turtle. So Boat Builders. Kills the Pavko. Little unlucky there. He's not 50-50 here. It's not 50-50. Because he has the ping. Interesting he didn't go for the... Did I say Pavko? The Percival. Interesting. I guess he can't ping the Percival because it's got armor, but if he left this guy at 4, he did a 50-50 to kill him. Okay, that's why. I think he's just going to win this with his armor. He's going to play a raid and he's going to get like 14 points from the armor. That's a raid. Here comes all the armor. It's up by quite a bit. We do have double lasso. Since we play this, here where we still have all the guys out. Or her partner out, I should say. You might kill the dwarf here, though, which makes Barnabas worse, which is why I was considering it.
You wanna pass, you gotta pay. I'll let you through elseways.
Got these big clashes still. Treant trigger. Not a good Barnabas. Man, that's a lot of armor value. We just don't have any harmony triggers because all of our tags are taken up. Even with double lasso, can't do it. The croc was too big a problem. Just kill all of our stuff. Zoot-san playing some good old fruits. Very dangerous deck. That's for sure. We're going first. That's nice. It gives us the elf tag spawning from the saber, which is why we picked it. I don't think we talked about in the deck profile. Castle back. Almost said Castle Black. Wrong series. Let's go. Got 2 Antherians is pretty strong with the Chameleon opener. I don't think Skirmisher is not great in the matchup, but it is decent as just triggering all of our harmonies as a dwarf. That being said, gotta find Gold Nekker. Now, we can either be greedy and keep this. Some of these decks play Hendgate Sword, but I don't think it is. I don't think he does. There's the dive. Alright, so 100% there's an Iron Knight in there. Probably doesn't have the second dive. Go like his Fiend or something here. Fiend Griffin. Might want to go call here. If there's the Griffin, we saw it. Want to grab an engine. I think we go Pavko. I don't think if we give this double harmony, he's gonna Riptide it. I think we avoid playing into the Riptide. Leave it a 50-50. As Pavko is really valuable here. This will make Fiend worse. Alright, well that's one way to do it.
Time for you to die, Dwan.
I think we just play this. We don't have the zeal, but just getting an engine going here is pretty good. Yeah, we knew that was coming. Since I suspected it was coming. You can catch up here. We're not going to have a good use for CRN. There's the Riptide. Yep. Just monsters things. Now that he's played that, we have Etriel Morelga. We still have Melee Weeping Willow as a play. I think Melee Weeping Willow is our play here. It should be worth a decent amount. And if he has any more removal that will mess up this combo, he should use it here. And the combo is really what's going to get us the round, I think. Go for that kill, that's fine.
I will litter the forest with your bones.
We don't have a perfect setup anywhere for the Morelga. It's a Bloody Mistress deck. Okay. I don't think he can get there if we just kill a bunch of points of his stuff. Right? Like if we just go like this, smack a bunch of his points down. It's not worth that much, I guess, the Protector. But he needs 12 more just to enable the Mistress, and we have Ciara next. Oh, I guess he can. Just gonna go straight into the Mamuna. Yeah, we'll give it to him then. Mamuna gone and Bloody Mistress gone's really good. Especially the Mamuna. Sure, his Erendite is a big tempo card, but the Mamuna is the scariest one. We don't mind being down 2 if we have Golden Nekker, which we obviously don't, and are just not going to draw because that's how the game works. Our hand's pretty bad, so if he pushes us here, he should win. And he should push us because he wants to use the Erendite twice.
A witch's best friend is a pig, no doubt.
Scoia'tael! Attack!
Debating between this and... I think we want to save the leader no matter what. You might just take the pass here. Like, the only thing that'd be really bad is it's a Witch's Sabbath deck, which it shouldn't be. And I honestly wouldn't that be that bad. We get a bunch of engines back. I guess we wouldn't. We get these. Some of these. This, and then a couple of these. It shouldn't be Witch's Sabbath, though. Should have, like, Erendite.
Quick, move those hooves. Or won't be ham.
Take one out, I guess. Puts us up by 1. I guess we'd play the Ciara next, because he's not going to have another target for the, what's it called? He's not going to have another engine for us to target, I should say. This sets up the Barnabas again. So we have 2 tags. If he does pass, we just play Chameleon. If he doesn't pass, we play Barnabas. It should catch us up. Hopefully he doesn't Erendite this turn. That'd be the worst option, because then we'd have the leader. There'd be no guarantee of getting out of this. Perfect. As long as we draw our Golden Nekker, we should be good. Leader Golden Nekker. Like, leader's basically worth a card. Leader Golden Nekker is going to be very strong. The thing is, we just don't have that much consistency to get it here. Like 50-50, slightly less than 50-50, we get it. Have to keep redrawing. Yep, figures. Oh, this deck, look at this. 9, 17. We're missing so many gold cards, it's actually hilariously bad. But as bad as it is, gotta work with what you got. So let's go water. We'll call. Still 20-point opener. Not good. We go this into this. That grabs us. Figus, it's our biggest point slam card. We don't have any more elves, otherwise we'd grab an elf for Barnabas. He might kill our dwarf here. Then we get an extra harmony trigger from the Figus, which would be really good. Hopefully does kill the dwarf. The thing is, he's no Mamuna. That's his best tempo play. His Air Knight's not getting any bigger, so I wouldn't be surprised if he used it on the Skirmisher here. Should be good for us, because then we can go in, drop the Figus. That's pretty bad. For him. Like, I guess he did, at the end of the day, he did kill our guy. We are up by 31, so like, if we win this with all of our gold cards in deck, basically, that'd be pretty impressive. Like Incubus, right? We got Incubus. Yep, Incubus.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
This is going to be a huge Barnabas, though. So I think the Barnabas, well, not huge, but it's like not bad. No Golden Nekker, no finisher. There's the Erendite, we knew it was coming. This is a heat wave, right? Yep, there's the heat wave. Still win. Nice, GG. Apparently you don't need Golden Nekker. But yeah, water into leader is very strong as a round setup still. So that's the deck, guys. Some Golden Nekker Harmony. I really enjoyed this. I'm always a big Harmony fan, but Golden Nekker is one I've been meaning to do for a long time. We finally got around to it. I think it's a really fun deck to build because one of the original things I always enjoyed about Harmony was how many options it gave you, like when it first came out. Because the idea, right, is you use the different categories of units together in Scoia'tael to trigger additional buffs. There's a lot of combinations of cards you could use. Like you could go like some dwarves, some other stuff, just mix everything up evenly, lean into like one or two categories a lot more than the others. But over time, it just became very standardized, and it's still fun. You can still build stuff with it. But Golden Nekker, the version we have less provisions here, you just have so many provisions in the available to you, right? Because you're going to play these lower provision engines here. It just gives you so many provisions for the mid-range for cards you might not otherwise play. So I think that's fun. I always like seeing Barnabas back. He's decent. Okay, he did okay for us, but stuff like Figus fitting in, stuff like that. Stuff like Pavko. Pavko does find his way into a couple decks, but I think having all of these options is pretty fun. So yeah, that is the deck, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I think overall it did quite well. The only thing I would say is I actually don't have anything really to say about it for changes. I think the biggest changes are you could put Siri Nova. I probably wouldn't. And then the other options here are maybe another nature for Fob, although I think she's okay. There's only 3, but I think that's fine. Gotta be a little careful with what you draw, because, you know, it's a skill issue if you don't draw your stuff, obviously. And then we've got Etriel Morelga, I think, are really good in here. The only thing that's missing is a little bit of control. That being said, with the poisons, we got some damage. Maybe a little bit more damage would be helpful. I think I'm pretty happy with this. And I do really like the combo with Scoia'tael and Weeping Willow. I didn't think I talked about that earlier. We did it in the game. But basically, the Scoia'tael can move your Weeping Willow, so you can get the melee order up, which is quite nice. Excuse me, I think that's about it. Overall, I really enjoyed this deck. I think it's really fun. There's some choices you can do. You could put a little more in the Dwarves and maybe go with the Justice. I thought about that for tempo play, but I chose not to. That's the deck. Pretty fun one. I think you could swap around some of these middle range cards like these 6s and these... Yeah, mostly the 6s. You can swap these guys around decently. And then up here, maybe you don't feel like you need the Decree. Maybe you don't feel like you need the Figus Defender, although I would keep him. He's pretty useful. Maybe you don't feel like you need the Decree, though. I do like it. But yeah, that is the deck. Overall, it's pretty fun. The thing is, there's a lot of options, because you look at all the 9th version stuff. I debated going, say, since this is for the Dragon. Don't really think it's worth it, but it'd be pretty funny. But yeah, there's a bunch of choices in here. Brayhead, I don't think we had the movement to enable, otherwise I would have tried him for some control. And you can always fit in for the specials in neutral. There are a couple specials worth mentioning, like Hengaith Sword could be pretty useful for more damage and control, and to have that banish, I think that'd be a useful card. Obviously, you can always go with the other swords, because you do at the end of the day have a lot of specials that tutor. So if you have another special for damage, it might be worth it. That might be one thing to consider. But hope you guys enjoyed. This is a pretty fun one, and we will see you next time.